Hello and welcome back to Take a Sip podcast. I'm Leche.
And I'm Tito.
All right. This episode, we're super excited, or at least I am. Fuck me, dude. I'm super excited for this episode.
Yes.
Spoiler fucking alert. Heavy ass spoilers, okay?
Yes.
Ahead. But first, let's get into what the whole point of this is. Tito, what are you sipping on today, man?
I am sipping on some Dunks, some iced coffee from Dunks. What about
I
you?
wish I bought some Dunks.
What are you
dumb
sipping?
because I bought a nice coffee yesterday and I should drink that today. My dumbass drank it last night.
But what are you
I am drinking
then?
just the French cream coffee, hot coffee.
Okay. House-made, homemade.
House-made, homemade, all those hit the bar.
All those words.
All those terms that make the hipsters go, yeah, it's about that. But yes, this episode, like I said, it is very spoils heavy for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Jesus Christ, bro. I'm pretty amped about this episode, dude. I know we've been looking forward to it since we watched the movie last Friday.
Yes.
We were trying to wrap our heads and collect our thoughts on the movie since it was a lot to deal with.
It's
honestly.
a lot to take in, really. Yeah, there was a lot in that movie. It was 2 hours, a little over 2 hours.
It was a little over 2 hours, and it's just ridiculous the amount of shit they put into the movie. But first, I want to start off on just rating the overall movie, dude. I want you to give me two different ratings, Tito, on it. Okay.
Okay.
One, put in your perspective, just someone who is casually watching this movie does not know superhero movies, you get me? They're just seeing it oh, the visuals look nice, I want to go see that movie type of attitude. Not knowing the stuff you know now. What would you give this movie solemnly?
Okay, so if I was someone who's not fully caught up with the whole Marvelverse, just know bits and pieces. Oh, I know that's Thor, or I know that's Loki, stuff like that.
Basic shit, right?
Basic stuff. I would give it a 4 out of 10.
That's funny because I would give it the same thing.
Really?
I would give it a 4, but a visual, I'll probably bump it up to a 5 for sure.
Yes, visually, I would bump it up to a 5 because there's a lot of very visually appealing moments in the films.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. But because, dude, I'm not gonna. And then, of course, since we're actual Marvel fans and we actually keep up with shit, what would you give it then? What was your final verdict on?
Yeah, as me now, my final verdict is an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I lowered my thing, dude. I think I'm putting it at a solid 8. I'm not budging from an 8. Yeah.
Okay. Understandable.
Because there was, I mean, there's a lot of there's criticism for sure, dude. I know if we had my brother here, husband, online, he said personally he would give it probably almost a 7.5 to an 8.
Yeah, I see it from. Well, Esmin's
I understand. Esmin's way heavier into the.
Yeah, he's heavier into the lore, and he's much more critical when it comes to details in films like
when
that.
When it comes to Marvel movies specifically, because in other movies he gave 2 shits about them. Honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was hypercritical about this movie for sure. He was expecting things here and there, and he, his expectations were met, and then he had other higher expectations which let him down, he said.
Yes.
So I just wanted to put his input on what he told me because I wanted to hear from him, right?
Yeah.
We both did. That's the whole point why we went, all 3 of us together.
Yes.
So
But even so, from that, we had to sit away from him a little bit to make sure we were able to grab our own thoughts of the film before we grabbed his thoughts on the film.
It's funny because throughout the movie, dude, me and him were nudging each other on certain things. Oh shit, you're like, oh shit, or oh no.
Yeah. Normally, too, when I watch films, I have little comments here and there that I'll whisper over to you.
Yeah.
I feel like I really didn't do that as much in this film because
you did get a good jump scare in you, though.
I had a couple of good jump scares.
Yeah.
One was very unnecessary, but it still got me for some reason.
Yeah. Before we dive into the movie, though, actually start talking about it, there was one thing that people were commenting, like even before the movie came out, and now prior to the movie coming out, is the rating on they gave to the movie.
Ooh.
Do you think PG-13 is a good point on putting that movie, or do you think it should have been rated R in certain scenes? You know exactly which scenes I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So,
Um.
I just want to get your like take on that. Me personally, I think it was very minimal, and I don't know why people are putting themselves, to talk about it to die. Like it wasn't that serious. You get me?
Yeah. No,
It was
it
very
wasn't.
minor blood.
Yeah. I feel like PG-13 was the right rating. I feel like if it was rated R, it would have definitely had to been much more blood and much more curse words than they would have said for like a regular Marvel film.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people are taking it from. Like, oh, why is Marvel doing this? Like, why not tell us it's rated R? But it's like, no, it's just, especially now. I'm pretty sure we spoke about it a couple weeks ago too. Marvel is moving forward to try to take the darker tones, the more adult tones than what they should be.
Honestly, they should.
Because like we just said, even with Disney Plus having to move Jessica Jones, Golden
Iron
Fist, and the other characters, the other shows,
and all that stuff.
Yeah, into Disney Plus, which obviously we know Disney isn't really known for rated R type of stuff.
Can you imagine putting the Punisher, bro? Like, come on, the Punisher on Disney Plus. Like, oh shit, like.
Yeah, but that's the move they're going for, to have all their stuff collectively together, instead of, oh, you could watch this stuff Disney Plus. You want to watch the other stuff? You need to go to Netflix or Hulu for that. Like, there's
it's all over the place for sure. And they're trying to centralize everything that they own into their thing.
Yeah.
I hope this is a lesson learned on them, dude. Like, don't be scared to give it that fucking R rating, bro. People are gonna watch it, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna watch it no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I know. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into it. I think it's a little controversial if I even mention it. So I'm not gonna mention it at all.
We'll talk about it off here.
Offline. That's offline. For sure. But yeah, let's get into the fucking, into the meat here, the big juicy meat of this movie.
So starting from now, heavy spoilers if you're still listening.
Yeah, like seriously, if you don't want to like spoil,
if you don't want to,
watched it yet, please
skip to the last 30 seconds so we could get the full listen for the outro, and then go listen to whatever you want.
Yeah. But all right, going into it now. From the very beginning, I was like, wow, what an action-packed beginning, dude! Introducing us to one of the multiverses, Doctor Strange, like off the rip like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, okay.
And they did it so well because, again, yes, I'm a Marvel fan and I understand a lot of it. I just didn't know what we were getting ourselves into for this stuff. You get me? I'm not as informed as you and your brother are. So from the beginning, I was honestly very confused, saying, this is our Doctor Strange. They're just giving him a new look.
Yeah. That's what I thought so too.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be starting off already like multiversal Doctor Strange. You get me? Like,
yes.
One thing they did confirm for us, thankfully. Oh, I will get into it later.
Yeah, there's a little time.
When we get into the Illuminati, I'll discuss that.
Yes, you heard right. The Illuminati.
Yeah. Which, in my opinion, that was one of the points, as he said, that he was disappointed in. He was like, he's glad to know that they actually exist in the multiverse. But he said that those aren't the real, Illuminati, according to, like, of course, the comic books and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, but, him waking up from the dream and stuff like that, and him, like, going through the ringer and going to his girl's...
ex-girl's wedding.
Ex-girl wedding,
Fuck, what was her name?
Fuck, I forgot her name. Palmer, something, Dr. Palmer. I know that's how they refer to her as. But yeah, from there we get introduced.
Christine
Palmer. There you go. Yeah. So we see American Chavez, which is like one of the main protagonists, of the story, other than Doctor Strange himself. We see her fighting that demon. But you know who he looks like? That fucking one-eyed. He looks like that freaking. As he knows his name by heart. I don't know how, bro. Fuck. He used to be in that Marvel game that we used to play, Tito, when we were in PS2. You remember that? Fuck. Oh man. It's like Shin something. God damn it, dude. I think it was that creature. Give me one second.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, what is he talking about?
This guy, let me show you. Let me send you a picture.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, so that guy.
Well, even so,
I thought it was that
a
guy.
different one. Yes,
me and Ezzy both thought his name was Shunagara? Garath? Man,
yeah,
literate as fuck. That's his name. You want to help me out on that?
Shuma Gorath.
Shuma Gorath. I thought it was him because he is a multiversal entity as well.
Yes.
I thought it was him.
Yes.
And maybe it is him. It could be him because he did travel from universe to universe trying to get American Chavez. So that could be it. I'm just disappointed that they killed him off like literally within like the first 5 minutes.
But I don't
like that.
Well, you see, I don't think it fully is. I feel like there's still an opportunity that we get to see the actual Shuma Gorath.
Yeah.
Well, if we're really talking about it, a lot of the stuff in this movie are just teases for future things they could be doing.
Potential, dude. So much potential, like shit that comes through.
Yes. Yes. So they first start off fighting the weird demon monster that looks like it's on fire, moves very octopus-like. We're talking about America Chavez and the multiversal Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And
I thought that was Nightmare. But
yes. Yeah. And then as the battle, quote unquote, concludes, we see that America is able to open these rifts/portals that send her from multiverse to multiverse, where she's able to escape as that multiversal Doctor Strange
kind of
dies, unfortunately. It betrays her and dies, yes. And then that leads to our Doctor Strange waking up and thinking it's all just a dream, going to Christina's wedding. And during that wedding, America appears fighting what we thought was Shuma Gorath, but it's just another weird octopus, starfish, one-eyed creature that is just hunting her down. As we come to learn, these are just minions that get sent to hunt her down.
Yes. And then once they finish killing them off, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go into a scene where they need help because they don't fully understand the multiverse and like why American Chavez, excuse me, is
being hunted.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Doctor Strange reaches out to the only other any other person that knows about reality bending powers.
But not just that, because he also said the first creature looked like it had to have runes which in its body.
Witchcraft, yeah.
Yes.
There was only one other person in the world, in his mind, that came to mind, which is Wanda.
Yes.
The Scarlet Witch, to say.
And this is where my rating started plummeting a little bit.
This is where, as you said, like, this is a big ass, like, there was no buildup, no nothing. Literally, they just gave us like, oh, this is the villain. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. And this is also too where if you haven't fully watched WandaVision, you're not gonna fully understand everything. This is where most people will get lost. Yes. Because as Strange walks up to Wanda and is explaining to her, oh, there's this person, literally says person / girl, needs help. We need help figuring out what's happening. Witchcraft, ruins, bending reality. You're the only person. Wanda seems to say, because she secluded herself from what we think, she's secluding herself from what she did in WandaVision. So she says, oh, why don't you bring America here? That is the point where Strange realizes, I never told you her name. How do you know what her name is? And we see
the big reveal that she was the one hunting her. Yes. I'm like, bro, really? Come on.
Yeah, like we said, no real build up at that point.
Don't get me wrong, it's hype that they're versing each other. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
In retrospect, like that's dope. But execution, that was so poor, dude.
Yeah, they could have done much better.
Yeah, that was so piss poor, dude. I was like, oh no, this isn't it. I think I saw Ezzy's face. He was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. This
like I told you, I thought they were. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get a little comfy here. Like I told you, I thought she was gonna try to somehow blame it. Again, if you haven't watched WandaVision, I thought she was gonna try to blame it on Agatha, knowing she just defeated Agatha, but that was gonna be her scapegoat.
Yeah.
And there was going to be like some sort of build up there, trying to find where Agatha is as Wanda gets closer to America, but it just ended up like not really happening.
Like at all. So we literally, from there, it was just literally a threat, like give me her.
Yes.
Or no, face my wrath, pretty much.
Yeah.
And, they went back, told them like, hey, she's evil.
Yeah. Back to Wong, who is now the Great Supreme.
Sorcerer Supreme.
The Sorcerer Supreme, Great Supreme.
Yeah, Supreme Kai.
Supreme Kai,
if you will.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
So yes, they go back to Wong and try to get all the other sorcerers ready for this battle against Wanda, because Wanda gives them till sundown to hand over America. At this point, Strange tries to talk to Wanda again, try to calm her down, change her views. Did we even say what the purpose of Wanda was for trying to get America?
And I'm sorry, it is piss poor, the reason why.
Yeah.
I get it, but still at the same point, it's stupid.
Yes.
You get me? I'm like, all right, the whole premise of why this is happening, this entire fight between Doctor Strange and the Scarlet Witch or Wanda, is literally Wanda wants to be in a reality where her two kids from the show are with her, pretty much.
Yes.
I'm like, really, dude?
Again, more WandaVision lore if you haven't watched it.
Yeah, like it's seriously, if you did not watch WandaVision, dude, this movie literally makes no sense.
It's gonna go over your head.
I would understand why you gave it a 4 in that and be like, yeah, like what the fuck? Type of shit. Like what?
Yes. She is also still corrupted by the book.
Whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. I don't think it matters because it's
well, it kind of does because that's still WandaVision, but
right.
That book is what's mentally corrupting her, as we come to learn further down. It corrupts anyone and everything in its vicinity that touches it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she just wants her kids, like real kids from a different universe.
Snatch them.
Yeah.
And that's why she needs American Chavez, because she's the only known entity, I want to say, that can travel between freaking multiverses.
Yes, as of now.
Not at will. Like in the beginning of the movie, it is not at will. Yes. It is literally her it was emotionally driven, out of fear.
Yes.
So
yes.
I mean, and that's when Scarlet Witch starts attacking them and shit, pretty much destroys and kills everyone.
Yeah,
100% literally kills everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Wong, of course. Then he saves Wong. She saves Wong to keep him captive, just in case. Dude, that is smart in my opinion. As
100%.
One person that she knows that she could kill at any time. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he must know a lot of stuff since he is the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yes, all this information has to be locked up in his head somewhere.
So as soon as they're attacked, towards the end of that fight scene, we see American Chavez be so scared that she opens a fucking portal again.
Yes.
And she gets dragged through it with Doctor Strange.
Yes.
So they get pulled into a different universe, pretty much.
Well, they get pulled through like a multiple different universes.
That is one of the selling scenes, in my opinion. Like, hey,
yes.
like that scene was dope as fuck.
Yes, we see them fly through all these multiverses, changing with the multiverse. So it's not just that they stay human depending on what multiverse they're in, quote unquote. Like they physically change themselves with whatever world they're going into.
Just like that paint universe.
Yeah, that one was funny. That one was cool.
That one was like, what the fuck, dude? Out of nowhere, it surprised the shit out of me. Like, what is that? What?
Yeah, and then they pop up in this new multiverse where things are quote unquote normal, but yet slightly opposite to what they have to be.
Yeah. This is where we get one of our first cameos too, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know if you noticed who it was.
Hold on. Now I'm confused.
The guy who American Chavez stole food from, the little stand. You know who that is?
No, that
Bruce Campbell.
Oh yeah, I knew it was Bruce Campbell. I thought you meant like it was supposed to be like a different character.
No. That's what I'm saying. We got our first cameo.
Yeah,
from a person I was not expecting to see.
100%. But like if rest his soul, it would have been Stan Lee, if anything.
Oh, 100%. I would agree.
If he was still alive.
It would be 100% Stan Lee, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, seeing Bruce Campbell take up a random role like that was really funny.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned before too, all these actors are now trying to find a way to get into the Marvelverse one way or another.
Just to be a tease.
Just to be a tease.
Dude, bro.
Put it on a resume at the top in the Marvelverse. Hot dog man in the Marvelverse.
Hot dog man, literally the hot dog man guy.
Oh god.
But all right, going from that, they're exploring that universe, and then they come to the conclusion, since they're in a different universe, they should be pretty much the same characters.
You good, bro?
Playing, bro, mad loud.
Oh, playing.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. What? It sounded like fucking something happened. Yeah. They go into, what is it called?
They go to like a memorial of this world's Doctor
which is
Strange.
Because not the memorial, but what is that place that they?
Oh, the Sanctum.
The Sanctum. There you go. Fuck.
Yeah, they go to the Sanctum.
Yeah,
they go to the Sanctum trying to find this multiverse's Doctor Strange. But in front of it is a giant memorial statue commemorating that Doctor Strange because he
died fighting Thanos. Yeah.
Died fighting Thanos in Endgame. In their version of Endgame.
In their version, pretty much, yeah.
Where we actually still do see Mordo is now the one in charge.
He's the Sorcerer Supreme of that universe.
Yes. He's that world Sorcerer Supreme. Apparently him and that Doctor Strange were best friends in that universe, so there was no original battle that we saw from Doctor Strange 1.
Mm-hmm.
So they go in asking him for his help, for his advice, like what do they do? How do you think they should move forward? And we see America and Strange start feeling dizzy. Apparently Mordo
drugged them.
That's the word. I was gonna say poison, but I was like, poison's not the word. He drugged them so they could start falling asleep, and tells them that the biggest threat in the multiverse are the Doctor Stranges. All the Doctor Stranges. When Strange and America come to, they're in these giant tubes, cubes, almost like what you would put like a lab rat in. It's obviously it's just
use their powers or anything like that.
Yeah. And we see that it is Christina Palmer is now like the head person after she found out about Strange and that whole superhero world where she is now in charge of helping mutants or heroes and stuff and experiments, trying to like keep everyone together, quote unquote. You could say that's how I took it, anyways.
Just the doctor and research of like the Avengers of that universe, But
and this is where things start taking a little bit of a turn, but are kind of cool as well.
Yeah, this is where we get a lot of cameos. This is where we get a lot of cameos. So we get introduced, as soon as they're stuck, they're complaining about like, why are we here? Like, what is this and stuff like that. Mordo comes through. He's like, oh, I will introduce you to the Illuminati, pretty much.
Which is pretty much just a council of heroes trying to keep order in this world.
I would like to say that universe is a equivalent of the Avengers.
Yes.
Because I don't think they mentioned that they have the Avengers in that universe.
No, I don't think they did.
So,
also during this time, we come to find out what sleepwalking is from Wanda. Which is that ability. Yes. So obviously she can't travel from universe to universe physically, but using her magical abilities, she's able to. Obviously, we know what like sleepwalking is in real life, where someone's still asleep, but their body's still somehow walking around doing stuff. So she's able to kind of do that, but she just sends her consciousness to another Wanda's consciousness, takes over that body, and goes about her life.
Yep.
And they also say doing this with the book that she holds, the Dark Book, is what causes the corruption to take over even more.
Even more, yep.
Yes. So this is what she was. So this is what she was doing before, in between WandaVision and this movie. That's why she is now so corrupted. But because of her doing that, that made her hunger to have kids even stronger. Yeah, consumer. Which is why she's now hunting America.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, they take us to meet the Illuminati. You want to continue?
And this is where everyone's like, oh shit, like the people they introduced. So we have Mordo as the Sorcerer Supreme. Yes. They introduce us Captain Marvel. That universe is Captain Marvel as Rambeau. What's her name? Oh, fuck, I forgot.
Wait. Captain Carter.
Or yeah, Captain Carter instead of Captain America. It's Captain Carter as well.
Captain Carter, yeah.
And then this is the two biggest flexes that they definitely threw at us.
Yes.
Sir Patrick Stewart returns as his role as Professor X.
Hey.
So that's pretty fucking dope.
I thought it was going to be a different one, but then when they actually showed Sir Patrick Stewart, I was so excited.
Oh, me too. I'm like, oh, dude, there's no way, dude. Like, he is literally the perfect man for that role.
Yes.
And then this is where Ezra is like, oh shit. When he saw it too, I was like, yo, they showed off who Reed Richards is. They showed off Reed Richards.
Yes.
As freaking
John Krasinski.
Yeah, dude. I was like, yes, dude, it fits him so well.
It does.
Good.
I honestly didn't think of him as a Reed Richards until seeing him in the Reed Richards suit.
Oh, dude.
Where I was like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's so obvious that you don't see it. Like, it's right in front of your face that you don't see it.
I was going to say, like, oh, it's like, I picture it, but not really. Type of
yes, exactly. So that's why, like, I heard the voice and I recognized it. I was like, who is that? And then you see his face, and I was like, it makes so much sense.
Yeah,
why did it?
Dude, all we need is just Emily Blunt as fucking Sue Storm. And it's
yes.
Over,
bro. 100%.
I'll be like, yeah, just sign me up for that movie, bro. I'm going to it immediately.
Yes.
Dude, seriously, if they don't hire him to be fucking like Reed Richards, like in that upcoming like announced Fantastic Four, I will be disappointed, bro. Honestly, truly. It was like it would literally drive Esme nuts. Completely nuts, dude. if they didn't include him as that. But I don't think they have a cast or anything in particular in place yet.
Yeah, no.
For that I'm aware of. They're still writing the script, I think, still for it. So, but that's for future events to come and shit. So
yes,
I was just super excited to see him, dude, as Reed Richards. I'm like, yes, and then he confirmed that they had 2 kids. I'm like, yes, for the comic book, dude. Yes, dude, let's go. I was like, shit, dude, this is gonna be dope. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, I just can't wait if they actually introduce those 2 characters.
Oh yeah, and we also have Maria Rambeau as the Captain Marvel.
There you go, Captain Marvel.
And
Peggy Carter,
Black Eager, Bolt. The guy
as Black Bolt, yeah.
Yeah, as Black Bolt.
He's from the Inhumans, if people don't know. I know it is very minute, but the show didn't do so well. So
yeah.
So that's the guy where he could literally cause massive destruction just with his voice alone.
Yes.
Just even any sound that comes from his mouth.
Yeah. He has that weird little metronome thing on his head from
whatever
music.
The fuck it's called. Yeah.
It vibrates when you hit it.
Yeah, so they teased all of those guys, literally gave us the full roster of the Illuminati, dude. Or Illuminati, because it was a little disappointing because the Illuminati that Esbin and me were actually looking for is actually the person in charge of the Illuminati is technically Iron Man, and is supposed to be like the Supreme Iron Man. And we didn't get any teases of that, so Esbin was like, "This isn't the real one, This is another universe's version of them."
Yeah.
So I was like, "All right, yeah, makes sense, I guess." Yeah. I mean, and that literally concludes like the first half of the movie, dude. But then after that, it gets fucking spicier, dude. That's when all shit breaks loose. You get me? Which I think we'll come back to it. We'll take a little small break here.
Yeah, fill up our coffees if we need to, and we'll be right back.
yeah, for sure. So take a quick break, and we'll be back. And we're back, yo. Famous line right there. But getting back into the freaking meat of that, dude.
Yes.
So,
well, the first big thing, really. Sorry to jump in here.
No, go. So
after we meet the Illuminati, we come to find out what really happened to Doctor Strange.
Yes. Their universe is
Doctor Strange. So earlier we said that the statues had a little plaque saying for his great fight against Thanos. Come to find out that is partially true. After they defeated their Thanos, apparently their Strange was also corrupted by the black hole. The book.
He used the book to help kill Thanos in their universe.
Yes. And he was already very far gone, considering how much he had to use it in that fight.
Yep.
That they were scared of his corruption, especially his powers and the corruption. So sorcery and magic apparently is a big no-no.
It's a big, whoa, chill.
Yeah. So while he was already weakened and on his knees, they got Black Bolt to pretty much annihilate their Strange. And they've been holding that secret for a long, long time between themselves.
Yeah, they didn't even tell what's her name.
And they didn't tell Christine. But yeah, so they didn't tell her, didn't they? I thought they did.
Oh, maybe they did. I think they did. No, I think they did. Yeah.
That's why she's also very serious about
like the book and like the severity of like that corrupts anybody.
Yes, and was also why she was very serious about holding Strange and America in those cubes that we spoke about earlier.
Yeah, the prisons, pretty much.
Yes. And during this time that they're talking about all of this, Wanda is now in the has her consciousness in this universe. Is Wanda infiltrating
Illuminati's
yes, trying to find or get her hands on America to take her powers.
Yep.
Which leads to a very, very pretty much one of the darkest moments we've really ever seen Wanda.
I think so far that, yeah, not only in Wanda, but like in Marvel, just technically, like the brutality.
Yes.
I think this is the scene that people were like, why is this movie not rated R? But at the same time, like, no, why would it be? You got me type of attitude. So we see the Illuminati, specifically the Captain Marvel version, Captain Carter, Reed Richards, Black Bolt, the four specifically, go in front of Wanda to try to stop her from reaching America and Doctor Strange.
Yes.
So they fight, quote unquote, fucking fight.
Well, let's just say this is the biggest moment for women, because I mean, this was mostly a woman fight. If you really think about it,
I didn't even put it in that retrospect. I guess, yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice that, honestly. Yeah. Because, dude, in my opinion, that doesn't matter. That the fight scene was so... It was underwhelming, just overall. I'm talking about, like, just the characters didn't even fight. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like, in that sense, like, it was underwhelming.
Okay, it was... I get
they didn't give their full try. You get me? They didn't...
No, hold on. I heard you. Like, yes, I get it. But the other thing too is like they understand like this isn't the original Wanda that's going for them. So I think the reason they were also holding back was because they didn't want to hurt this Wanda. You got me?
Most likely, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
There was that part of it because they also speak about having to save and not kill so many innocent people, which she technically already did, even though there were also just a whole bunch of Ultron bots, which we still need to get to. So yeah, I believe, anyways, they weren't trying to fully fight this Wanda to not hurt her completely. But
no, I think you might be wrong on that end.
That was
because Reed Richards specifically told Black Bolt to pretty much kill her, like to say something to kill her. Because remember, anything that he says towards someone, pretty much they get fucking nuked.
Yes, but I feel like at that point that was also just a threat to try to stop her.
Yeah,
you got me. It was an empty threat. Even though he looked ready, but men obviously have to like, yeah, I'm ready for anything. And then that shit happened. she called
nobody was ready for the things that she was gonna do. That's
exactly.
So I'm not trying to put this like, women and men type of thing. I'm just saying overall, they were not ready to get fucking shitted on.
Oh, 100%.
They were not ready to.
Can we go into that a little bit?
That's what I was gonna get into.
Okay.
So Black Bolt, was standing there smug, and then Reed Richards, like like you said, like freaking threatening her, like, oh, don't make him say anything towards you because he will kill you. And she's like, "With what mouth, bro?" And that's when I was like, "Oh no, she already has the reality bending bullshit." Like,
yes, wiped his mouth right off his face, literally.
And on top of that, since he was trying to talk, he blew his whole fucking brain out.
Yep, it reverberated back into his head.
I'm like, no.
This is where the whole thing of like having the rated R really started. Yeah.
Because they literally showed like his head freaking get indented.
Yes.
And his eye go bloodshot. I'm like, oh shit, dude.
And then his body just falls.
Yeah, that was pretty intense, no lie.
Yes.
And then we see Reed Richards try to go for her, like, what is he gonna do? I'm sorry to say that, bro. I'm not trying to be
restrain her from fully using her hands. You got me? Because
let's be real. She just took this man's mouth away. from a distance.
True.
What is he gonna do? Try to reach for her? You got me. I'm sorry. That's the point I'm trying to get at. And then literally using her, reality bending powers, Wanda literally untangles this man into threads, and literally, like, this man is screaming in agony, and then she pops his head. I was like, oh shit. And that's when it got bloody, dude.
Yeah, that's where the real blood like popped out.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. And then we just see Captain Marvel and
Captain Carter.
Carter, Jesus, both captains. Literally start looking at each other like, oh shit, did that just happen? Like, literally, like, holy shit. And then they try to go for a synchronized attack and shit like that. So they did get a few licks in there, don't get me wrong, like hits in there.
And Wanda did look a little scared at a couple of moments fighting against them. I'm not gonna say she didn't.
Yeah, but then she knew like she had to get rid of Captain Marvel first. So kind of freaking slap the shit out of her away, like far away. So she could take on Captain Carter.
Which was another pretty gruesome death, I would say.
Bro, honestly, yeah.
Carter shoots her shield at Wanda, trying to obviously hit her, because we know the shield is very durable and very hard hitting. But Wanda was able to launch it back at her.
Like in a high velocity, bro.
High velocity, and we don't fully see it. We just see...
We picture what happened.
We could picture what happened. We just see the shield heading towards Carter. And the next scene, we have the camera at Carter's face, looking shocked, and the shield behind her in a wall. And we just hear...
Yeah, the thud.
2 thuds. We will let your imagination on that one if you haven't watched it.
I'm just going to say, like, bluntly, yo, that bitch, literally, that shield went fucking through her abdomen, dude, and split her into 2.
Oh, God.
I was like, yo, what is happening?
I know. That was...
Yo, that was intense.
Yep. And then from there, Marvel comes back, tries to nuke blast her. Doesn't fully work out. Wanda at this point is getting her otherworld abilities pulled into this world, you could say. Like she's slightly getting stronger by the minute. And Wanda just drops a giant fucking statue on top of
her and crushes her, like, instantly nukes her. Like, she's dead.
Yeah, you would just see her hand go limp, pretty much.
Yeah. And literally, it's funny, like, we see that scene, dude, and then we go straight into another scene where we see Doctor Strange and Mordo. They're discussing or disputing like the whole situation. Oh, wait. I think is it in the middle of that fight?
Yes, we're getting a back and forth between both fights.
I was going to say, so we see that fight first, right? Like those 4 literally get annihilated. And then we cut into Doctor Strange and Mordo. And then we go back to the scene of Wanda after that. Okay, because I want to talk about that little piece afterwards. Because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So yeah, back to the fight with Mordo and Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange kind of like tricks him and shit, and tries to get pull a reverse like Uno card out. Be like, yo, I got you. You must be the same thing as my universe is, Mordo. You got me. Like, you must have an ego. So he was trying to literally poke at it, and that's when they get into a fight because of that whole situation, trying to say like, you wanted this to happen
in my universe. Yeah.
Just literally teasing him. They get into a fight. Doctor Strange ends up knocking him out.
Yes.
Pretty much. And then he runs away. And that's literally that scene. That whole premise of that scene.
Yes.
Then we cut back to Wanda getting closer to American Chavez and Christine.
Yes.
Christine. Yeah.
Christina. Christine. I can't. It's Christine. Christine trying to help America get out of this block, but because of Wanda's ability, she's disrupting a lot of electronics or anything around her.
Yeah. Then we see Dr. Xavier pull up, in his fucking wheelchair. Pulling a wheelie.
Pulling a wheelie
out here. And tries to play the mind game,
Yes.
For people who don't know, the uneducated, Marvel fans, Professor X is supposed to be the world's greatest telekinesis. No. Telepath. There you go. Sorry.
Telepath, yes.
Yeah.
Which is also, if you know the whole X-Men universe, that's how he was able to keep Jean Grey in check for a long time, because Jean Grey also couldn't handle her abilities. So he thought he could do the same thing to Wanda. So he goes in to try to fight her.
Because remember,
yes.
So there's the whole thing, like the whole where the real Wanda is trapped inside the Scarlet Witch. You get me?
Yes.
So he was trying to go and recover her, find her, and then he finds her, trying to help her. And then you just see the red smoke slowly creep in, dude.
Yes.
Behind him, and this is all happening inside her mind.
Yes.
Wanda's mind.
Well, we see her normal consciousness is still there. It's just trapped, and it's very difficult for her to fully take over.
Right.
Because then the book consciousness of her creeps in and stops anything from her escaping. And I mean, from the scene of it, it doesn't look like Xavier's doing much, but he pretty much did much more than the other four were able to do in a very short amount of time. Yeah. But unfortunately, Xavier's his I can't talk. His efforts were cut short because the smoke approached him from behind and snapped his neck. And obviously what happens in your consciousness follows up into reality before he was able to escape. Yep. And we just see Xavier limp over in his chair.
Yep.
But by this time...
because they were in her mind distracted.
Yes, America and Christine were able to escape.
And reunite with Doctor Strange.
Yes.
And then after that, they went into a plan to try to recover the Black Book, so Doctor Strange could, or not? Is it the Light Book? The Light Book, yes. So because Christine knew exactly where it was, literally pretty much led her to that Light Book. They recovered it, but it got destroyed, unfortunately. And then American Chavez, on the brinks of literally getting her power sucked out from Wanda, because she ended up catching up to them, led them to a different universe that was collapsing upon itself, pretty much. So sorry, did I skip something? No, Wanda did capture America, but America used her powers, right? And through...
I think we did miss another part, though.
Did we miss something?
Yes. So the entire time that Wanda is dream walking in this new universe as Wanda, obviously Wong is captured. The whole battle at the Sanctum has concluded or whatever. But there's one survivor that still happens to show up. And before she sets Wong free, she is able to fully destroy the Black Book, thinking it's gonna fully stop Wanda and break the bond they have with each other, the corruption. But come to find out, Wanda actually saved some of the other sorcerers and began torturing them in front of Wong to get Wong to spill that the book is actually just a replica and it's not the original. The original actually ends up being a massive temple that's completely cut off from the entire sorcerer world. They could only portal in so far before having to walk the rest of the way, I could say, or find the way to get up to this temple. And in this temple, we see that it's actually the throne for the original Scarlet Witch, or the Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
And all the walls have the carvings of the same spells that were in the Black Book.
Yeah.
So this is where Wanda continues her dream walking and continues following Strange, America, and Christine.
But at this point, yeah, I think at the moment where they reached the book, that's when the curse got broken, right? Like where she destroyed the book, so Wanda wasn't chasing them anymore when they got to the light book.
Yes.
Okay. But in the end, I still believe American Chavez got caught by Wanda.
Yeah, she did. And Wanda was able to use America's powers for like a split second
to get herself and America into her universe, like our universe.
Yes.
Whatever,
and still send Christine and Strange into
a different universe.
Yeah. This one that is now
just collapsing upon itself.
Exactly.
So yeah, I totally skipped out on that part about Wong. Shit.
I forgot it too until right now that you mentioned she's at the throne. Yeah. And I was like, oh wait, how'd she get to the throne?
Yeah. Totally spaced out on that, dude. See what I mean? There's like little things that you get confused because the pacing of the movie, don't get me wrong, it's good. But there's a few plot holes here and there.
Yes, 100%.
But yeah, back to them being in that universe that's collapsing upon themselves. In other words, Doctor Strange thought again, like, all right, this universe still must have a Sorcerer Supreme again.
Yes.
You're gonna look for him to maybe find a way out of here. And then we get to meet, what is it called? That universe is Doctor Strange, which has been corrupted by the Black Book.
Yes. Dark Doctor Strange, we'll call him.
If you will. So, our universe's Doctor Strange ends up going into a music fight, which is
that fight was actually kind of interestingly weird.
Yeah, I'm like, why? There's so many different things and
yeah.
It was like a fucking battle of the bands out here. And shit.
It really was. That's the best way you could put it. Battle of the bands.
And then this man said, let me throw one note from a harp and destroy this man's career, and literally kill him after that.
100%.
He goes literally launching out a window through a fucking fence's spear. Yes. I was like, all right, dude.
In front of Christine.
Literally. I'm like, bro, what is this man doing?
And once Christine sees that Dark Doctor Strange is now dead, she walks into the sanctum, goes up, and sees original Doctor Strange trying to use the Black Book to dreamwalk back to the original world. Oh, there was another thing too. We got confirmation, as you said, of what world we're using.
Oh, right. The Illuminati specifically told us the universe number that our multiverse is in, and it's the 616.
Yes. So Lilo and Stitch is confirmed. Oh no, he's 626.
Yeah, he's 626.
Oh shit. Maybe.
I was like, I'm like, what do you no.
Yes. So while they're in this world where it's all collapsing on itself, Strange tries to dreamwalk back to our original world,
where Wanda is with American Chavez.
Exactly. And the only reason he's able to do this is because, remember how we said at the beginning that America was with a different Doctor Strange in the whole intro sequence, and that Doctor Strange died, but also got pulled into the portal with America. That dead Doctor Strange's body was left in our original Doctor Strange's world. They just buried it. So our Doctor Strange is now trying to dreamwalk into this dead Doctor Strange's body to try to reach Wanda and America.
And this is where we got a small confirmation
of
Marvel
zombies.
Yeah, pretty much. There's like, the What If series kind of teased about them. But
Yes. But we also got a confirmation that there was that there was now going to be a full spin-off show on it, I believe. I'm pretty sure we got a confirmation that was coming to fruition.
I don't know.
We just weren't sure if it's going to be animated or not.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it is going to be an animated one.
But even so, like the whole zombie effects that they did actually look pretty good.
There's nothing related to that. I just got from my producer as being here.
Oh my god!
He said like, no, that's false information. Fake news, he said.
Oh my gosh! Get out! He didn't want to be part of this episode. It's too late for him.
But yeah, he says like, no, they didn't say anything about it. They denounced it.
Whatever.
Yeah. I'm like, all right.
It was just a little tease to the What If series. Nod.
That the zombie shit is real. So
yes.
But yeah, going back into the story there, getting off the tangent there. So
our Strange was able to take control of this dead Strange's body, which we see another, I think, looked pretty cool on what his new cape was.
The cape? Oh yeah, yes. The souls that try to get his body.
Yes.
Pretty much like reclaim the body, and he takes control of those souls to work for him, which is dope.
Yes.
But he literally turns into the Doctor Strange, the Tommy, where he has like multiple arms and shit like that.
Yes.
And becomes his cloak to fly and shit.
And during this, he's able to fight off Wanda, rescue America and Wong, because Wong was also about to die, even though he got thrown off a cliff. He somehow survived.
Fuck it, right.
And through this zombie Strange, he was able to pep talk to America that she actually knew how to control her abilities the entire time. She was just scared to fully do so because of everything she's already been through. And so America stands up to Wanda
and fights her, bro.
Yeah.
She said, let me throw a cosmic punch your way. Like, yo.
Which Wanda pretty much takes. She was able to take it. And America figures out, yes, I won't be able to defeat you. And she literally says, but I will give you what you want. And punches a portal into the universe where we see she took over that Wanda, the multiverse. And in that moment, she scares the twins, her boys, because she launches their original mother across the living room to the kitchen and hurts her. So now the kids are scared of her, which is obviously what no mother wants. No mother wants their kids to be fully scared of them. And this kind of snaps Wanda into reality, back to reality.
But mentally back into reality.
Mentally back into reality. Because she realizes, yes, these aren't my kids. They have their own mother. I hurt their own mother. These kids are now scared of me. And once she comes all of that to pass, and even the other world Wanda caresses her face, not and fully scared of her.
The pain, and understands the pain, you know?
Yes. So Wanda comes back to our universe. The portal closes, and Wanda, at the last moment, decides to collapse the throne where
so
the entire
so there's no other chance of another Scarlet Witch to come.
Exactly. With quote unquote her inside. So she won't, I'm assuming, so she won't go through this again.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we see Wong and America escape. Zombie Strange stays with Wanda because there's no point on saving a dead corpse.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And returns back to his original body.
Which is still stuck in the other universe, by the way.
Yes.
Through all this, dude.
Yes.
Literally stuck in the other universe that's collapsing upon itself.
Yes. But we already know that America can now control her abilities, so she should be reaching them soon. And we see Wanda destroy the entire throne. We see a little bit of red smoke and all the rubble.
Teased that she didn't kill herself.
Yeah, obviously, I don't think it would be that. We don't know, but yes, but I also don't think it would be that easy to just kill the Scarlet Witch.
I don't think so either, dude. There's no way like you just killed her off like that, dude.
Yeah.
If they did, I'm like, oh man, really? Like,
yeah, that's so.
I mean, I guess it's a good way to go. You know, she redeemed herself. She put everything back in check. But at the same time, like, how did everyone else get revived again? You know?
Exactly, and me, anyways,
it gets muddy. That's a plot hole right there.
Yeah, and I think that's like the most unheroic way to kill off a hero, especially one as beloved as Scarlet Witch. You got me?
And significant importance to the Scarlet Witch, dude. Literally, I know me and Wags were talking about this earlier this week too. The way they should have done this leading up to like the House of M, where she accidentally creates mutants, and then like, you know, all this stuff happens, and you know, then that's when her children appear and all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then her kids get killed or something like that, or something happens to the kids, just like WandaVision, right? Literally that, and then she.
Yeah, she creates mutants.
Yeah, so she created the mutants in the first place, and then goes back and literally creates a world with no mutants.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, that would have been a perfect introduction to the X-Men too.
Oh, it would have.
But yeah, missed opportunity, you know, other shit like that. So can't really say anything about it.
But even as we return back to our regular Strange and Christine, in that other universe, that black hole now disappears because apparently as Wanda destroyed the throne, she also decided to destroy every other black hole in every other universe, multiverse world, which I don't understand how you do that from the grave.
I get. Oh, Doctor Strange didn't do that.
No, he said Wanda did.
Oh, Wanda did.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't. That's again the plot.
That's another thing where I'm just like, so she just killed herself, but then she decided to destroy every other multiverse. She can now reach every other multiverse black hole
and destroy it.
And destroy them. Yeah, that's where it lost another point for me. I was like, that part didn't fully make sense.
I didn't grasp that. I'm like, all right, I guess. Yeah, literally, it's like one of those, like, all right,
yeah,
it happened, I guess.
Yeah. But then we see Wong and America open the portal and reunite with America and Christine. I believe they send Christine back to her world because she is not of their original one.
And then we just get a scene, like, you know, the aftermath of like everything that happened. American Chavez is in the sanctum with all the revived people training.
Sorcerers. Yeah, she's training to be a sorcerer now.
Yep. And then we literally happy ending on that.
Or so we think.
Yeah, because then, like, you know, Doctor Strange wakes up and fucking goes to the middle, like, gets out of the sanctum, goes out for a walk in New York. Motherfucker collapses and then grows a third eye.
A third eye. Which is probably one of the most disgusting special effects I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It looks really gross. I'm sorry.
Like, it looks kind of real, like a little too real.
A little too real.
Like, yeah.
But even still, then we then see post credits, another weird portal open up. Another character that I don't think we've ever seen before walk through.
That's supposed to be, per the comic book, that's supposed to be Doctor Strange's wife. I just walked
in. Yeah. Interesting. and tell Doctor Strange that they need his help because of something else he did. He grows his third eye again, gets his cape and his suit, and they're off.
They're off, and it looks like the portal that they open is the dark. What is it called? The Dormammu's place.
Yes, it looks like Dormammu's world. His dimension.
Yeah. The dark dimension.
Yes,
I forgot what it's called.
But all in all, like I said, from a Marvel fan perspective, I give it an 8.5. Honestly, talking through it, I think I might even bump it down to an 8 still.
That's why I gave it a solid 8, dude.
Yeah. And from a regular, like if I wasn't a fan and I was just going along with the story or a movie, I stick with a 4.
Seriously, like I think if you did not watch WandaVision, it would hinder you so much.
Yeah.
Like watching this movie, I'm like, God damn it.
For sure. But
thank God, like everyone that we went with watched that before.
Yes.
They would have been lost in the sauce.
We were all very caught up on the universe. But I mean, that's really it where the movie ends. I'm partially excited, partially wondering where obviously I know we have to now catch up with the rest of the heroes, which is what Thor Love and Thunder is going to bring from that, and obviously we're going to have another Guardians of the Galaxy film coming through soon as well. So I just hope they all connect it together now.
Since the multiverse is their oyster,
yes,
they could literally pull any character from any connection and literally just say, fuck it, throw it in. Be like, oh, damn it, dude. No.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hot mess, but I'm going to love it because either way, it's Marvel. So. But yeah, that's the next movie, yo. July 9th, Thor Love and Thunder.
Yes.
We're going to see where that fucking leads up to.
100%. But besides that, that's it from me. I really let you work on. What about you?
I mean, that's all set for me, dude, as well. That was my full thoughts on that movie.
Full thoughts. All right. So where can people find you, bro?
People find me on Instagram at Leche, or you guys can follow me at twitch.tv/TechnoFreak95. And how about you, Tito?
I am also on Instagram and on Twitch at OneAlphaPenguin. Follow the podcast at Instagram at TakeASip_pod, and even the YouTube channel, youtube.com/TakeASip. As always, the logos are the same between all the social medias. Tell us what you guys thought about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. What you guys liked about it, your ratings, if you knowing what you know now to just being a regular, not fully caught up fan. And that's it from us. Drink some coffee, drink some water, stay warm, stay safe. Take some Zyrtec. Pollen allergy season is upon us. Benadryl, if anything. I'm surprised I didn't sneeze at all throughout this. I've been holding it in a little bit. But yes, stay safe, take care, and we will see you all for a very exciting episode next week as well. We have some really good news, lots of good things for next week. Yeah. Yes. And yeah, thank you all for listening. Bye-bye.
See you guys.